Yo, WWE, you are in serious trouble. If I had to say something to put a bow on everything that we saw tonight at AEW's first pay-per-view Double or Nothing, it would be that sentence. WWE, you are in serious trouble. For years we've talked about WWE, not having any major competition. Impact Wrestling, they had their moments, but no, never really could compete with WWE. Never did. TNA, when they were a separate brand, no, never really could do it. New Japan had moments here and there, but we know they're more international. And they've never really been able to find a place here in the States. And all these other brands out there. But, and I honestly could sit here and say, WWE has not seen trouble or serious, legit competition come since the Monday Night Wars, back in the Attitude Era with WCW. And we all know what WWE did. They won the Monday Night Wars, and then they eventually bought WCW and added all their superstars to their roster. I don't think WWE can do that here. I really can't. WWE, if I am Triple H, what I would do, first thing, Monday morning, I don't know where Monday Night Raw is set to be, but I'm going to Vince McMahon and I'm saying, Vince, you've done a lot of great things in the company. You built WWE up on your own all those years ago. And I'm trying to be as professional as I could say, but Triple H, go to Vince. You've done a lot of great things. You guys remember back in 2011 when Triple H took over Monday Night Raw and SmackDown? When he became the GM, basically, and he took it over from Vince McMahon. This was right when Triple H became CEO of the company. That was for storyline purposes, yes, but now it's serious. WWE, if you want to stay on top of the wrestling world, and yes, you've been on top of the wrestling world since the beginning, basically. The one time you had the Attitude Era, you had a little bit of competition, but if you want to stay on top of the wrestling world, it's time for Vince McMahon to step down. Alright, I'm not really sure about Vince McMahon on the business end. He's probably really smart. He's brought in a lot of, and WWE's making more money than it's ever had on merchandise, on ticket sales, on this and stuff, and this and that. People are coming to the shows, yes. But overall, your product has decreased so much with the storytelling and the wrestling and the treatment of your superstars. And then AEW comes in tonight with their Double or Nothing pay-per-view, and it's like a breath of fresh air. It didn't really feel much like a scripted show. AEW, it allowed all its superstars, allowed all its talent to come in and tell the story that they wanted to tell in that ring. That's what we saw tonight. Something we haven't seen in WWE for a long time. If I'm Triple H, I'm going to Vince McMahon on Monday, and I'm going to his office, and I'm saying, Vince, it's time for you to step down from creative. You can't have any, and I mean any, power in creative. If you want WWE to stay on top of the wrestling world for years to come, you've seen what I've done in NXT. NXT is better than your main roster, and that's just the honest truth. The main roster may have more talent, but in terms of overall product, NXT outshines WWE like it's no joke. It's actually pretty embarrassing. If I am Vince McMahon, I'm giving the creative part of the company over to Triple H, and I'm letting him take over. Because you've seen what Triple H has done in NXT. And if you want AEW not to catch up to WWE, that's what I'm doing. AEW tonight, it wasn't a perfect wrestling show. There were, botches. There were, up and down moments. But AEW tonight, it wasn't about putting on a perfect wrestling show. It wasn't about taking over the wrestling world in one night. It was about sending a message that we are here. And WWE, yes, you're at the top. But the way you guys are going, you won't be up there for long. For years now, Vince McMahon has been able to get away with whatever he wants because there hasn't been legit competition. There hasn't. And you saw, there was a video that was out yesterday when they did the AEW meet and greet. Just yesterday for Double or Nothing. There was a video of this Cody Rhodes and some of the other AEW superstars just laughing about the 24/7 title. Like, what are they thinking? WWE has been able to get away with so much over the years, and now finally it looks like there's a company and there's a legit organization on the rise that can finally make WWE take things seriously. And I'm saying right now, you keep the company in Vince's hands, you're in serious trouble. And I'm not saying AEW is not going to take over and become the number one wrestling company by night. Because, WWE, it has a legacy. It's known across the world. Even though the product is terrible today, it's still known. And people still watch it. AEW just started. Yes, and AEW, they have a lot of WWE talent or former WWE talent. The list is super long. Chris Jericho, John Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, which I'll get to in just a sec. Brandy Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes, Karma, which was one of the, if not one of the best surprises of the entire night. You even had, good old JR on commentary, and you have Justin Roberts. Justin Roberts was the ring announcer that I grew up with on WWE when it came for the video games, for the pay-per-views, Raw, SmackDown. He was the main WWE ring announcer for years, for the majority of my time growing up. When I was a little kid, he was the ring announcer. And just seeing him finally back in the ring tonight at Double or Nothing, it brought back moments of my childhood. And if you think AEW wasn't trying to send a message tonight, I don't know what show you were watching. I really don't. Bret Hart, one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time, coming out tonight and unveiling the AEW World Heavyweight title. I'm not gonna lie though, the AEW World Heavyweight title looks pretty similar to like the Impact and TNA, world titles. It's not, the greatest title in the world, but hey, it's a legit championship. You got Bret Hart, a WWE legend, a guy we just saw at the Hall of Fame a couple weeks ago, and inducting the Hart Dynasty into the Hall of Fame. Like, you got him on AEW, and I know he's not a WWE employee anymore. He's a legend, but still, if that's not sending headlines, I don't know what. You had Karma, if you guys remember, years ago, I was a little kid, I would go nuts when she would just destroy WWE female superstars. And then she was ruling the WWE Women's Division, or the Divas Division at the time. And then I remember she got pregnant, and she actually broke character live on screen. She's like, I got pregnant, and now I have to go away. And she never came back. Now, all these years later, it's been like, what, 8-9 years? It's been 8 or 9 years since we saw Karma in WWE. And now here she is all these years later, and she still got it. She did amazing tonight in that Fatal 4-Way. Amazing. And the thing is that I loved about Double or Nothing tonight is the first part of the show, it was about wrestling. It was about showcasing the talent that you're going to see when the TNT deal, the TV deal comes around, I believe, in October. It was showing you the talent that they have, showcasing their abilities, saying we're about storytelling and wrestling. The two biggest, most important things when it comes to a company, or a wrestling company. The storytelling and the wrestling. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. The story you tell in the ring with your wrestling. That's what it is at the end of the day when you enter the square circle. Something that WWE, I believe, has lost in the last couple of years. WWE is more about comedy and, this is little entertainment pertaining to kids, all this other nonsense, and they just think they can get away with it. NXT is the only thing on WWE television that you could see that storytelling and wrestling concepts still put first. WWE would be in such a better position if they put storytelling and wrestling first, writing creative stories with its superstars, giving time for our superstars to tell their stories in the ring. But no, WWE doesn't want to do that. They want to keep with the same old tired formula. And here comes AEW giving a fresh breath of air, something we haven't seen in years. And that's the honest truth. It's the honest truth. And the first part of AEW Double or Nothing with all the tag team wrestling, and in one night, just one night, the AEW's tag team division may have become the best tag team division in all the world. Better than TNA, better than New Japan, better than WWE's tag team division, and that includes the NXT tag team division. AEW's tag team division is freaking awesome. With the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers, what they did tonight, and all those other tag team matches we saw, absolutely crazy. You could see one thing that WWE, and one of the worst things about WWE television right now is there's no tag team division. You have Raw and SmackDown tag team titles for both brands, and not only do you not have enough teams for each brand, but you don't even make tag team wrestling a priority on your television. You don't. Same thing with the women's division. The women's division has been absolute garbage since Sasha Banks, left. And, Sasha Banks isn't the only factor, but hey, in my opinion, you guys know what I'm about to say. Sasha Banks is the greatest. She's the best female wrestler in the world. She's the greatest female wrestler I've ever seen. Imagine if Sasha Banks somehow gets out of that WWE contract and she becomes All In. She will become the most known female wrestler. She already is one of the most known. But if she went to AEW, especially after what we saw tonight, are you kidding me? Sasha Banks was live tweeting about AEW at the beginning of the show. It stopped because either one, WWE itself called her and told her not to do that because she works for WWE and AEW is quickly becoming a big rival. Or two, and she wasn't, referencing AEW by name. All right, we do know she follows all the AEW accounts and a bunch of the wrestlers, but she can't mention AEW by name, especially when she works for WWE still, at the end of the day. And we still don't know what her situation is, if she's coming back or not. But my goodness, man, it's just mind-boggling to me that AEW, half the stuff we complain about on WWE television tonight, AEW did the correct thing. It's just crazy how simple it is, and WWE just can't get it together. They can't. They really can't. And the first part of the show was mainly about, wrestling, showcasing the wrestlers, showcasing the talent you're going to see on television. And then the last part was they made it more about storytelling. All right? And you saw that with the amazing Dustin Rhodes versus Cody, brother versus brother. Man. And Cody Rhodes, if you don't believe that AEW is coming at WWE, I don't know what you saw. I really don't. Legit, Cody comes out, and there's a throne on top of the stage, and it looks just like a throne that Triple H would sit on during his prime of his career. Triple H, we call him the King of Kings, the game. Every once in a while he would make he would make an entrance with a throne, and it would shaped in his logo and everything. They legit had a replica of that tonight. Cody Rhodes takes a sledgehammer, which we all know Triple H is known for using the sledgehammer. It's his patented weapon. He's like one of the only superstars that ever uses a sledgehammer. He takes his sledgehammer and he goes up to the throne and starts smashing it to pieces. Basically saying, we're coming for you, WWE. This is a new era. AEW is a new era. And that's what they showed tonight. This is a new birth for professional wrestling. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that this makes WWE wake up. Because WWE, they have more talent than AEW. But the way it looks like, if WWE, if they don't treat their superstars correctly, if they don't take things seriously, slowly and more slowly, more WWE superstars are gonna ask out of their contracts, and then they're just gonna go over to AEW. It's that simple. They already have connections with the company. You have many former WWE employees, current, no matter if it's superstars that were there 10 years ago or superstars that just left the company a couple weeks ago. There's connections. There's so many connections that WWE superstars have with AEW superstars. So you don't think WWE superstars are watching Double or Nothing tonight and are talking to to a JR, to a Cody Rhodes, to a Chris Jericho? You really don't think they're talking to them after the show and saying, hey, if we get out of our contract, I'll come over? One of the things I'm surprised, I love the Usos. They're my favorite tag team in the world. In my opinion, they're the best tag team in the world, right up there with Undisputed Era and the Young Bucks. And the Usos, they just re-signed with WWE for like 3 or 4 more years. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, yes, the Usos will go down as one of the best WWE tag teams of all time. Arguably, they've been the best WWE tag team of this generation. But you had the chance to go to AEW. After tonight, you don't think the Usos are kicking themselves at home? Like, dang. I want to know how Renee Young feels. Your husband, Dean Ambrose, is not working for the enemy. I don't know how their schedule is going to work out. I believe AEW is going to be doing their television stuff on Monday. And remember, WWE films on USA, and AEW will be doing their weekly shows on TNT, I believe, in October. That's TNT and USA are basically neighbors. It's basically TNT, USA, and TBS. They're basically neighbors. So you don't think AEW isn't trying to get the attentions of unhappy WWE viewers? Saying, hey, you don't like what WWE is putting on? Hey, just flip 1 or 2 channels. Come watch us on TNT. We'll show you real wrestling. We'll give you real storytelling. And here's one of the things. I read a report that AEW has 6 months plan of storytelling already. 6 months. WWE, they can't even get a script together for Raw and SmackDown until about 2 hours before the show goes live. AEW already has 6 months. They have storytelling plan for half of the year once they start. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The first part of the show tonight was all about wrestling. The second part was all about storytelling. You saw that with the Young Bucks and the Lucha Brothers. And oh my gosh, that double Canadian destroyer by the Lucha Brothers was absolutely incredible. Maybe my favorite move of the night. And we talked about the Cody and the Dustin situation, how great that match was. And I apologize, I'm going all over the place because there's just so many thoughts going through my head after watching that show tonight. But man, like I don't know, man, what to say. Cody versus Dustin Run, Dusty, man, showing that he still has it. And Cody, he was doing little tributes to the Stardust character from WWE, and WWE can't do anything about it. They don't work for AEW superstars. Don't work for WWE. They're not using the character rights. They're not vandal, you guys know what I'm doing. They're not doing anything wrong, and I don't get it. WWE, man, like, they legit give you the blueprint of how to fix your product. And if Vince continues just to sit there arrogantly and not fix it, and just leave things as is, the ratings for WWE are gonna plummet. AEW's gonna rise, and you think the people at Fox aren't looking over at this AEW thing going on? You think Fox is going to stand by and let AEW surpass WWE SmackDown Live in the ratings once SmackDown Live moves to Fox in October? Are you serious right now? Like, come on. It's ridiculous. Dusty Rhodes, I mean, oh man. Dustin and Dusty Rhodes, the legend, was looking down above from heaven, proud at his two sons. That match is absolutely incredible. Incredible. Even though I give the match of the night to the Lucha Brothers and Young Bucks, but still, oh my goodness. And then the ending, we knew that Cody had to win. Cody had to win, and it was one of the most emotional wins I've ever seen in wrestling in my career watching professional wrestling. It was absolutely incredible. And at the ending, Cody goes to his brother, "You can't retire here. You're not going to retire here because I need you when we face the Young Bucks at the next pay-per-view, which I forget what the name is." But an incredible moment. At least we're going to see Dustin for at least one more match. And, the main event with Kenny and Chris Jericho, basically the winner gets the first crack at the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. It wasn't for the title, but it was basically like a number one contenders match. And, I'm going to be honest with you, I saw the first Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho match. I believe it was at Wrestle Kingdom, if I'm correct. I saw that first match. This match tonight was not better, but legit, it was a fight. It was a legit fight. And Chris Jericho, he survived. He didn't win this match. He just survived. And, he has that new finisher, the Judas effect. Man, what a match. What a match. I love Chris Jericho. He's so great. No matter if he's a babyface or a heel, he's great at what he does. After the match, when he takes the microphone and he's like, all this, we got a TV deal, we got pay-per-view, we got all this. All I want is for you guys to say thank you. And the amount of heel he was getting, Chris Jericho at his age is just so great at what he does. Not only can he still perform in the ring, he's just so good on the mic. It's incredible. And then Jon Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, shows up. The rumors have been true. We basically always knew he was going to go to AEW. We knew it. All right? But when he was with WWE, he just kept saying, "Oh no, I'm not going to let other people decide my future." Even though we knew it was going to happen. And then, Jon Moxley just walking through the crowd and everyone going wild. I absolutely loved it. Like, he didn't just show up there. He didn't just hop the barricade and just randomly. He, like, legit, the camera just shows him walking through the arena. And I absolutely loved it. And then he did the dirty deeds on both Ambrose. He did the dirty deeds both on Jericho and Omega. And he also did an attitude adjustment. He took Omega to the top of the stage and, like, got on one of the sets. Basically, it was like a poker decoration, and legit attitude adjustment. It was basically a version of the attitude adjustment. He AA'd Kenny Omega off of the set, and it was incredible. It was incredible. The crowd's going crazy. He was loving it, and you could tell John. He felt happy. He felt kind of like this was a rebirth. You could tell there was points in WWE when, he was not happy. You could tell that Dean did not want to be there. But now you could tell this is a rebirth for him in his career and for AEW. It's a huge name. Huge name. Now your main event scene is looking great. You have Omega, you have Jericho, you have Moxley, you have Rhodes. And you're going to add more and more talent as time goes by. I'm really, really interesting. I'm really, really intrigued and curious to see what these 6 months of storytelling they have planned is going to be for. I can't wait to see it. But, oh man. AEW Double or Nothing was great. Legit. The only thing that WWE has on AEW other than, being the bigger brand and all that, I'm talking about from a storytelling and wrestling standpoint, is legit NXT. Nothing on the main roster. Nothing on the main roster is better than what AEW did tonight. WWE's main roster only has more talent. That's it. That's about it. WWE could easily be better than AEW. But as long as Vince McMahon's in charge, that's not going to happen. And that's just the honest truth. I'm hoping that this is a wake-up call. Because, yes, AEW and the future of AEW looks really bright. You know, and I can't wait for when they actually start doing shows. I'll you know, if you guys want, I'll start doing reviews and reactions to that. But absolutely, AEW killed it tonight. They killed it, and that's the honest truth at the end of the day. And I'm excited for the future of AEW. I'm excited to see. I'm also hoping that this gives WWE the wake up call they've been needing. And I'm telling you right now, Sasha Banks, the best female wrestler in the world. If she does not return to WWE, she needs to become all in ASAP. I don't know what the situation is. You know, I'll make sure to update you guys on that, because I update you guys on everything Sasha here. If she gets out of WWE, if she just chooses not to come back, she needs to become all in. And it's as simple as that. I'm really excited for professional wrestling, because for so long, you know, TNA, New Japan hasn't done the job for professional wrestling fans that have been, you know, frustrated with WWE. Now you finally have something to be invested in. If WWE doesn't get their act together, you have something you can finally watch as a professional wrestling fan. And that's basically the main takeaway from tonight is WWE is in serious trouble. They have to get their act together now. They have to. Alright? That's about it. That's what I got for you guys today. I just want to do this little mini review / reaction to Double or Nothing. It was a great show. Alright? It wasn't perfect. Alright? But overall, I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. It was a really good wrestling show. And tonight, it was about making a statement, sending a message to WWE and the rest of the professional wrestling world that AEW is here and it's really not playing any games. I'm excited for the future of AEW. I can't wait to see where they go from here. I'll keep you guys updated on all major news coming from that. But, man, AEW tonight, you did it. WWE, you are in serious trouble. It's time to get your act together. It's time. Alright, let me know if you guys saw AEW Double or Nothing tonight. Let me know in the comment section what you guys thought. Give me guys your comments. I love talking to you guys in the description box. Or in the comment section, my bad. Also subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. It's pretty late, so I'm going to try to get out of here. Get some rest. It's been a long day. Make sure to enable notifications by clicking the bell next to my name, Fitzmonk TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, guys. Peace.